Hello, welcome to my channel, Les Gourmets de Blanche. My name is Blanche, thank you for stopping by. Today I'm going to show you how I made this wonderful gourmet meal. Just FYI, I can cook, but I'm not a good speaker, so please bear with me. So here is an overview of all the ingredients we are going to use in our recipes. The list is on the screen and I will have it down in the description box for you. So I have my filet mignon and I have all my vegetables, my seasoning, and of course the spices. So the green seasoning you see on the screen is just a blend of garlic, onion, parsley, bouillon cube, and olive oil. So we also have our jumbo shrimps defrosting in cold water. Now let's get down to business. So what I'm doing right now is just seasoning my meat with some salt, black pepper, garlic salt, and I'm making sure that my meat is completely coated with my seasoning, and that's it. Now I'm getting my pan ready to start cooking my meat. I'm using both a cast iron pan and a skillet to achieve my perfectly cooked meat. I add a good amount of olive oil to completely coat the pan and then pour the excess into the skillet to use later. So I preheat the pan on high for about 4 minutes. Now my pan is ready and I just turn the burner on medium high and we'll cook the meat for 4 minutes on each side. While my meat is cooking, I'm just going to quickly clean my shrimp. I just peel the shells, leaving the tail. Then I'm going to squeeze 1 lemon in cold water and soak my shrimp into the mixture for about 20 minutes. This will help the shrimp to cook nicely and stay firm and moist after you cook it. Meanwhile, I'm getting my water ready to cook my potatoes. I just season it with salt and garlic salt and will bring it to boil. Time to check on our meat. They are looking good. Let's turn them to cook the other sides. So as the other sides are cooking, I'm getting my potatoes ready. I'm just going to peel them, cut them in about less than 1/4 inch. Rinse them quickly under cold water and then add them to the boiling water. So now back to our meat. I'm just finishing up cooking the meat. I'm searing each side to make sure that I get this brown color. Adding 2 tablespoons of butter, a few garlic cloves, my bay leaf, and about 1 ounce of cognac to deglaze the pan and get a very nice flavorful sauce that we will use later. So the next step is to transfer our meat into the skillet. Cook it in the oven for 6 minutes at 375. Please make sure to preheat your oven. So now our meat is ready. We are going to let it rest. Very important. The cooling process draws moisture from the center of the steak to the outside and it gives you a very nice and juicy steak. Checking on our potatoes now, they are perfectly cooked. It took about 16 minutes or so. I'm just going to strain them and reserve and move on to the cheese custard for the gratin. So here I have 6 ounces of cream and 12 ounces of water in a pot on medium heat. I'm adding garlic, just crushing it right into the pot, some black pepper, then we'll let my cream warm up while I'm shredding my Gruyere cheese. So I'm gonna make 2 portions out of that. One will be for my topping and the other one will go into my custard. I'm also adding Parmesan cheese in my custard as well as my green seasoning. So here I already add 2 tablespoons of butter, my Parmesan and then the Gruyere. So make sure you whisk constantly because you don't want that to burn. I'm adding my nutmeg. It's about less than 1/4 teaspoon. So for the second step of my custard, I have 1 egg yolk and 1 tablespoon of creme fraiche that I'm mixing. Then I will add my cream and cheese mixture slowly and mixing at the same time. So now I'm getting my dish ready to start building up my gratin. I go by the potatoes, a layer of cheese and the custard and so on. Then I finish the topping with my cheese. I didn't have enough, so I'm grating more on right on there. So here is a trick for you. I thicken the remaining of my custard by adding a little bit of water and flour. Cook it for 2 minutes and pour it over my gratin. This will allow me to warm it up easily as leftover. So I'm cooking my gratin for 35 minutes at 375. Now it's time for the shrimps. I'm just rinsing them out of the lemon water that I had them in, patting them dry and seasoning them with a little bit of garlic salt and black pepper. Meanwhile, I'm getting my water ready to blanch my vegetables. I season it with a little bit of garlic salt and pepper. Right now I'm getting the pan ready to saute the shrimp. I added about 2 tablespoons of olive oil and 2 tablespoons of garlic olive oil. So I'm just making sure that each shrimp has a direct contact with the pan. We'll cook them for 2 minutes on each side. Now I'm moving on to my vegetables. They've been cleaned. I'm just gonna cut them in the size that I want. So these baby tomatoes are so cute and I like to use them to garnish my plate and for presentation. So this is what I'm going to use. You will see I'll saute them in the pot where I cook my meat and we'll show you how I'll use them. So now back to our shrimps. They are looking good. I'm just turning them to cook the other side. Time to add the butter, about 1 tablespoon, and a little bit of my green seasoning, and moving on to the vegetables. So I blanched them for about 5 minutes. Now I'm removing them to reserve and saute them later. Okay, back to our shrimps. They are looking good. I'm just adding about half teaspoon of paprika to give it this nice orangey color and rich flavor. Then I will reserve it in a bowl while I'm getting the sauce ready, so you'll see what I mean. So now I'm sauteing my onion and leek. After they have sweated a little bit, I'll add salt and pepper. Then once I get that caramel color, I'm adding 2 tablespoons of crème fraîche. Then I'm going to add my green sauce and then cook it a little bit. And I will add a little bit of paprika as well and dilute everything with 1 cup of vegetable broth. So I'm just going to cook this for about 1 to 2 minutes, then add my shrimps. So this is where we are going to end up with this gorgeous, beautiful, decadent shrimp à la crème fraîche recipe. You will see. To finish up, mix half teaspoon of flour in 2 ounces of water, add to your sauce. Cook for 2 minutes and done. So now back to our vegetables. Add 2 tablespoons of olive oil in a pan. Saute onion and leek again. Add fresh garlic. Cook for about 3 minutes and add the carrot and broccoli. Add about 2 tablespoons of broth. Season with salt, pepper, and of course my green seasoning. Saute for about 2 more minutes and that's it. Last recipe but not the least. Nothing to do here. Throw your baby tomatoes in the pot, cook for 2 to 3 minutes, add a little bit of broth, done. Here we go, my friends. Everything we cooked today. Look at all this beauty. Well, all we have to do now is serve our gourmet meal. Come on, we cook gourmet. Let's make a gourmet plate. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, leave me a comment below, subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of my future videos. Thank you and see you next time. Bye bye.